How's it going, everyone? My name is Gonzales. I'm an Umpqua signature tyer here with AvidMax today to tie and talk about my new pattern. This is the San Juan Secret, so make sure you don't tell anyone. Born on the San Juan, of course. It's a fly that's consistently got fish to the net for me and a bunch of my friends, and I think it'll bring a lot of fish to your net as well in whatever water you want to dunk it in. So we're going to spin one up, you and me. So we are going to tie, of course, the San Juan Secret, and this is a pretty neat pattern here that actually uses a little bit of semi-realistic characteristics. As for the color and the placement of the wing, which is pretty cool, something I've worked on for a while. In the vise we got a 2488H, this is in size 20. Feel free to tie this in size, 18 to 24. Obviously 26 if you want to San Juan it, but this does well in a various range of sizes. For a thread, we're going to use some rusty brown 12-aught. This is the Semperfli Classic Wax. It's a beautiful color. So we'll go ahead and lash that in and remove the excess. For a rib, we're actually going to use some 30 denier black Nano silk. And we'll capture that in, take that to the rear of the hook. And bring our thread up to the tire point. Pull this nice and close and remove that thread. Now, with the adult midges, you see them, they tend to be a lot thinner. As the pupa in the emergent stage, they actually do have a little bit of a body on them. So I kind of like to resemble that by building a little taper. And that's kind of the reason I'm using a 12-aught thread, is just to kind of add a little bit of bulk. So we'll add a few wraps as we come up the body. And go ahead and remove this brown thread. So something important to this fly is thread manipulation. So you'll notice how flat that body stayed and how nice it laid. Something I like to do is spin my thread, counterclockwise and clockwise. Counterclockwise will of course flatten your thread out. Clockwise will actually cord it up. So here with this Nano silk, to build my ribs, I'm actually going to spin my thread clockwise. And what that's going to do is of course cord this thread up, make it nice and neat where I can use really specific thread wraps to add some nice ribs on this. So we'll come up the body here, being very selective with where I want to lay my ribs. You'll notice that a lot of monofilament patterns or wire patterns kind of build a little bit of a bump, and that's an awesome way of doing it. I personally, when I'm tying this pattern specifically, like to kind of minimize that, and what I do to minimize that is I'll use Nano silk for the ribbing. Kind of lets me be a little bit finer. Now at this point we're going to add just a touch of resin. And I'm just going to coat around this fly. Fairly sparse. And then hit it with our torch. That'll of course add quite a bit of durability to this pattern. Next little secret here is going to be some of this Glo Brite, and this is shade number 16, which is white. And this is going to be our wing buds. So we'll go ahead and capture it on to either side of the hook. And something neat about this fly is when you watch these emergers, their wing buds actually come out from the bottom of the pattern. So the bottom of the insect, sorry. So when they're doing that, the wing buds tend to kind of reach out over into the back. Something I've noticed and tried to imitate with this pattern is making sure that the wing buds kind of come from more of the bottom side of this fly, and it's worked out really well for me. So we'll go ahead and build up a little bit of a head here. Make up a quick whip finish. Remove our thread. And at this point, being very, very careful not to add resin in the eye, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of resin around the head. This is of course going to kind of secure a knot in place. Also add a little bit of kind of like a square feature here with the wings being tied in on either side. Kind of flatten out that head a bit, and it just looks really good in a fly box and looks really good in a fish's mouth. So just a quick little coat there on top. Now once again with those legs, or those wing buds, sorry, we'll get them gathered. Pulling rearwards, using the vise as a guide. We'll snip at that halfway point. Give them a little bit of good luck. Your fly is ready to fish. We got some neat wings on it. That catch fish. Thank you guys for checking it out. Hope you guys tie some. Hope you guys fish them. Thanks for watching.